Ready up or be dealt with, Frederick. He's got 5 seconds. The brutality of Dev MP.
Yeah, but it's like if you have to go like AFK in the middle of this, it's like it's not.
You invite the boot. Besides, we have the hot join when he comes back and when he's ready.
Yeah.
All right. So a few things we wanted to check. Yemen, did you get that alliance with Timurids? You did. So both Mamluks and Timurids as allies. That's a dangerous game to play. I do not think the Mamluks are a good choice of ally for, well, anybody.
But I'm not sure that the Timurids is actually going to win this one.
No, I think the numbers aren't in their favor right now.
And it's too far much.
Yeah, it's too far to go, and they've got a tech disadvantage on top of that. Well, their AI ruler is just. He prefers to start fair wars. Nothing fair is about the wars.
No, not really. And they're still trying to defeat Venice, but Venice had occupied Constantinople, of course.
Just admiring great power Benin right now with his 363 development, but lots of subject development and no technology cost affecting him.
And if we're looking at it, if we're looking at the Daniel,
yeah.
he has a victory card. He should own the heart.
Ooh, that's a heavy card to get. I don't think Timbuktu want to let go of the most developed province on Earth.
That's a victory card that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that is not changing hands. Well, not willingly at least.
No.
Oh, well, fine. We got it.
Cool. Okay, so if we're looking at victory card.
Yeah, I was trying to check what's stopping Timbuktu from getting their victory card. They're at 258 development. I reckon when they gobble up Mali, then that's going to be their victory card. And really, they could only get it on Portugal or Benin.
I just noticed that Sweden got the victory card on Muscovy and Denmark in Tver.
Both of them?
Yeah, well, the Tver is split between them.
They're going to have their work cut out of them taking that then.
That's an interesting place for a victory card.
Yeah, it's right in there. I don't know. Denmark's horrible borders have to end someday, so I think the good money's on Sweden for chopping that off.
I mean, shit. Bergen is not going to get theirs, but England and France could basically just kill Burgundy.
Yeah, but France got their alliance with Burgundy back, probably to prevent England from doing exactly that.
Yeah, probably.
Because that land in Picardy, that is dead to rights for England. You know, France only need one province, though. What France probably could have done is say, I will re-ally you, Burgundy, but I need that one province off of you.
I think Castiglione is going to work together with Castile. I have a nagging suspicion about that one. Well, because Castile is fighting a small nation neighboring.
Yeah, so it looks like Castile's trying to get in there, get their border with the Aztec as well. They've not allied, but I'm sure their time will come.
Let's see. There's more wars in Central Europe, gobbling out princes. And Sardinia Piedmont is only 3 free cities and 24 princes.
Oh, that's right. We were going to take a look at that. The papal state themselves becoming an elector. I believe there's something that can cause that to happen now. In fact, they can take up the 8th space, but I think so many electors were chewed up that they didn't get that. It's also a wee quality of life thing for adding all provinces to the HRE, if you're that way inclined.
Still not the Council of Trent, but I will be soon.
That HRE's never going to see its full potential, says Grugi. Poor HRE.
Yeah, people wanted to gobble up.
That's the way of it in multiplayer. It's very rare to see an HRE remain fractured when there's so many humans involved. I recall there being one game where we tried to preserve the integrity of it, but it doesn't last.
Venice is down to like a coastline. The island itself is Italian, or Austrian meant, but Corfu is now a papal island.
Why would the Papal States be heading in that direction? Well, the Papal States haven't really expanded aggressively. They only have like 2.5 areas.
Yeah, no.
All right. Ethiopia is back. And they've made, I think the AI made peace with Kaffa, but probably not the peace he was after.
Oh, Yemen took the Alodian parts.
Yeah, Yemen is encircling around Ethiopia. That looks very dangerous for him. Grugi wants to ask the chat if the small Grug man should become republic, theocracy, or monarchy. Looks like Timbuktu have finished off their government reforms, and they can choose where to go. Bit of a shame that he didn't allow Horde to be one of those. Well, he's almost done with it. Well, Grug, if you're listening, there's an overwhelming piece of love for theocracy.
Ooh. I used to love watching the Aztec plans coming along here.
Oh, the plan is certainly coming together for him.
I love it when it's called the third Aztec subjugation.
They subjugated them twice before. They're going around for round 3.
I mean, they have a low doom, so they can basically pick their one. Oh, and they're bordering the now, so they just need to finish the war, and they can probably.
Yeah. There we go. There's that Castilian border. So once he finishes this up, gets his subject, passes his final reform, no more doom for the Aztec. He's going to be, dare I say, a civilized nation. But from there, he's just going to completely take over Central America.
Yeah, but he also needs institutions spread into Chagoyal as well, because there's none yet there. And colonialism and feudalism and Renaissance, they're spreading at 1.67 per month. So they will be done in 5 years. So in 5 years' time, he'll be
a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse. And then, he's going to put his navy together. He's going to march his troops onto those boats, and he's going to come straight back to Italy.
Yes. And I think that this is what Castile, because he has no allies besides France in Europe left. Everyone else is on the side of the Pope or England. Oh, we have a golden ball.
That we do. Who passed that? Oh, helps if I look at that from a
Pope
Catholic
himself.
point of view.
The institution is spreading faster and cheaper too.
Faster institutions and better embracement. So a little bit of a present for those that decide to stay loyal to the Pope. All right, this is Green Gradius's last chance to come in and stay up to date. Why is Austria not coring their lands? He could be coring up Venice right now.
Does he have enough?
Yeah, he's got the admin for it. Mind you, he also has other things to deal with. His subject Byzantium is still disloyal, and that truce won't last forever. In fact, the truce is up. Byzantium has no truce with their overlord.
Scotland is attacking England.
What?
No, I think Scotland is...
I think it's the English conquest of Aberdeen.
Well, Scotland dropped out as a player. Probably.
Yeah, where's... it was Offaloff, right?
Yeah, he swapped to be New Providence in... He wanted to be a pirate nation.
Okay. I feel betrayed on an almost spiritual level here.
But just looking at it, England is losing.
Yeah, I'm looking where Scotland is. First they take the Irish.
Oh yeah, he's marching behind. It's basically the Scottish army is trapped in southwest Ireland.
Yeah, they won't be able to get back across because the English heavies are blocking the strait. Ooh.
They have a lead. They have a leader, but ooh. The English.
England's got more men, better tech.
Yeah, but the English fleet got destroyed by the Scottish fleet.
Yeah, and the Scottish fleet are working their way around. Perhaps the Scots will come back yet. They'll take Desmond, consolidate their forces.
No, they want to control the strait there.
Yeah.
They have 17
They got 17 lights.
And the English, they lost a lot of ships there. Mostly their transport. They still have 9 transports.
There we go. Royal Navy no match for the Scots Navy. That said, Lothian is down, so is Ayrshire. That's going to be difficult economic pill for the Scots to swallow.
Dumfries as well.
Alright, let's hear it for the Kaiser. He has completed his reforms. He can completely reform if he has a neighbour with institution, some adjacent core province, so he needs Castile to core up and get institution in that last province. Go, go, Kaiser.
And the coring is done in February 35. About this, and 36 colonialists will be there as well. So if I correct me if I'm wrong, but do you get all the...
What, getting the institutions?
Yeah, institutions.
I believe so. It's been a long time for me.
I can't remember, so probably better to wait until spread perfectly in that province.
Yeah, that'll be useful, save him having to build it up himself. But both are spreading pretty quickly to the province, so it shouldn't be an issue for the Kaiser to get them both.
Yeah.
Also got word from the Wiz, he's passed the reform that allows the Pope to take to the front lines. Okay, Ireland is down. The Scots still hold the strait. Are they going to march on England? England has the tech advantage. But when it comes to ideas, the English have exploration innovative, the Scots have nothing to help them fight.
I mean, after England has liberated, they are a beast. It's a lot of provinces. And there's nobody else to challenge them in the northwest.
Yeah, they should have it on lockdown. And then again, England still have that land over in France, and that is open to French attack.
Sweden is still fighting Danzig again. So Sweden and I think Sweden and Brandenburg are kind of coasting up.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're working together on that rather than fighting individual wars, because Danzig's still more than a single war away.
I think that people are a bit worried about Brandenburg forming
a certain
Russia.
Nation.
Yeah, but I think Sweden is one of the that are not that concerned about that one.
Well, they could form the Kingdom of Prussia any moment they want, as long as they're at peace. Also, youch. That's an interesting fight against Scotland there. Lothian has fallen, Perth is down. The marches have fallen into English hands as well. Oh, for love, how could you betray me like this? It's not often we give Scotland out as a nation in the Dev peace. And he's just let me down.
So now the Kaiser is basically gobbling land.
Oh,
as much land as he can.
Every last drop. And yeah, why wouldn't he? It's great land if you're not primitive. The development's fine, but best of all that gold. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gold provinces there.
Yeah.
And I think the Kaiser knows how to handle a little bit of inflation here and there. He's drowning in money already. He's got 866. Must be from all the reparations he's punched out in wars. So I have a feeling every time we glance over to Central America there, it's just going to get greener and greener until the stripes start spreading back to Italy. I wonder how the Pope feels about this. Surely he has no reason to be worried.
Yeah.
I think the Kaiser has also been banking up his monarch points. He's not been teching unnecessarily. Not with 134% penalty, he's not.
No, and he's also waiting for 1537 to have Renaissance colony all embraced in Shaga, whatever. Just fighting wars meanwhile.
Interesting. The Grugi went against public opinion there and became a republic rather than a theocracy. So we now have the first great republic of Timbuktu.
Ooh. I'm also seeing Genoa and getting into the steps.
There we go. Right, I've got to eat my words on that one. I did not think Hungary would be going here, but they are.
I'm also surprised that Austria took Crete and did not give it to the Knights. Everyone.
Yeah, given that the Knights, them being able to take care of the Turkish fleet is what changed that war around. I'm surprised that they were only given Negroponte and Naxos. Should have been given Crete, but I think Austria is greedy. Right, taking Venice, taking Byzantium, laying claim to all of Greece. I just really hope that somebody backs Byzantine independence, because then there's no way they would be integrated by Austria. They have 70% liberty desire. Maybe if Burgundy or France would support them, that would be golden.
Germany is losing war.
They're actually losing out?
It looks like that.
Against Hassa and Ajam? That can't be right.
Vijayanagar is doing fine.
Oh yeah, Vijayanagar's got the south on lockdown. Jaunpur hasn't expanded too much, but they're currently going against Bengal, who's also getting trashed by Mongyang. Oh, I missed this. Tibet formed. Awesome.
It's beautiful. And Ming is gobbling up Chagatai.
Oh yeah, I think they want that tribute. Ming could be a bit of a trouble if our Indian players want to expand eastwards, especially since they're holding together so well in the 16th century. I really want to see Genoa get their borders together, actually have their land connected. But what I am seeing is Genoan troops getting pushed back. Ooh. Oh, because it's not just against the Great Horde. The Great Horde has, what's that, Uzbek and Bashkira as allies, and Uzbek is huge. Mind you, Uzbek's also busy with the Ming. Hungary managed to get some of their manpower back, but they have to fight against quite a lot of troops here. And they don't, actually, they're disadvantaged when it comes to military tech. I guess this explains why they haven't been jumping on the Ottomans lately. Despite that truce being up.
Oh, now I know why they need to liberate Ximcha, because the coring there is not finished.
Who do?
Casajoan. In the border, they're still coring.
Yes, because they need to be bordered with a core there, and since that's under occupation, that's going to be paused. Oh, Castile can just stay cozy there. They're getting converted. Colonialism is there. Renaissance will be there before too long. Same with feudalism.
Yeah. Oh, player war.
Oh, what's going on?
Sardinia,
Bjorn, what? Okay, Sardinia, Piemont's had enough of what exactly? That last Genoese province.
I think it's a fake war.
Yeah, kind of doing them a favor. That said, Hungary did join in. Well, they wouldn't have said no. And there's the peace offer. What's your pride worth, Bjorn B? That's 14 development. Oh, and now it's Sardinia, Piedmont.
He has no pride.
Well, holding onto that land would just be dragging him down. I wonder if he'll also culturally convert his nation, or if he's going to try and spread the culture here. Because Genoa, they are Ligurian, right? They're not Lombard.
Something like that.
Test Hamster in chat is saying that they're still rooting for Bjorn B. Well, he's got a ways to go before he gets victory cards or, God forbid, great power status. But Bjorn B is still alive, and he wasn't in a great position at the start of this. The same can't be said for all nations. Hang on, something isn't quite right. Look at Lithuania. They're not subject to Poland anymore.
Ooh.
That's a spicy one for Bohemia to have, because Lithuania have a lot of cores that they could drag up. That's pretty huge. How did they get that? They get that by chance, or did they pursue it? Perhaps we can get some words in from the Bohemian player. See what the French paradox was up to there. Maybe he can do us a favor and enforce Hussite in Lithuania as well.
We'll see. It's interesting. Why are we pausing again?
Don't know. Maybe the Grug got distracted by something there. He's not eaten up the Mali yet, and he doesn't have a truce, so I'm surprised why he's not gunning them down. They're only allied with Fulo, so it's not exactly a tough fight to take, but he probably doesn't have the admin power to chew through that land.
Oh, France started a war.
What? That doesn't sound like the France I know.
They attacked Lorraine.
There we go. Okay, so Lorraine took over what was left of Bar, and France saw that as their opportunity.
So I think they're... No, Burgundy.
No, it's Burgundy. Burgundy's trying to piece themselves back together. Burgundy didn't lose the cores on those provinces because it was his direct culture. So it might not have been the best choice to spit out from them, but Switzerland still jumped on one of them. Switzerland took Nanzig, which is just your discount Danzig.
Oh, now I say. It's like, what the fuck is Nanzig?
Yeah.
It's like, part of me really don't like the
dynamic namings.
Yeah, because it's like confuses the hell out of me.
There's a certain charm to seeing, like the Germanification of lands conquered, or like the new Italian France, but it does make it hard to know where people are talking about.
I like the old EU2 style of French, English, Swedish nomenclature.
England's in a bit of a position here. Lots of separatism rising up. And apparently their alliance with Sweden is at risk. Okay, because Green Gradius is out of here. And I wonder if they've set it to maintain alliances.
Probably not. Last Palatinate is going down to Saxons. But Thuringia is junior partner. Okay, they can probably integrate them if they want.
I'm surprised Saxony haven't integrated Thuringia. They're probably hoping for the lucky inheritance on Monarch Death. Because it's only 4 provinces, I reckon they could get it that way. The longer it holds, the more likely it is, but it's been almost 100 years here. The religion's a mess. I wonder if we're going to have big religious conflict happening.
Probably. It's like what happens in the Holy Roman Empire and the war there.
Yeah, because still, Catholicism is still the dominant faith, but give it time, I'm sure we'll get alerts for when the situation has evolved.
Guess who's reformed?
Is it the KG? I think it's the Kaiser Johann.
Yeah, and he's a feudal nobility, strong noble principles, centralized bureaucracy.
Yeah, he would have taken monarchy straight off of Castile.
10-9-10. Yes, exploration and quality ideas.
well, the exploration to get himself back to Europe, but quality to make sure when the army arrives.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to put Italians in their place.
I mean, it's not the huge power. He's got 176 development.
Yeah, that's going to change, though. That is going to very swiftly change.
Yes, and he's got huge tech advantage there.
And since he's reformed now, he gets a massive amount of gold. Gold is accounting for, like, 3/5 of his economy. And it's going to account for even more. His inflation's going to go nuts.
Yeah, we could also reduce the inflation.
Yeah, well, he's going to need all those monarch points for coring this land, but once he has it, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice nation, and
I like.
Not much. No further wars. Just Clausewitz is cool fighting, losing a war to Hasa.
Hungary have reached around Lithuania and got their border with Muscovy now. Genoa got 1 province, maybe 2. Yeah, Tin and Azaraba.
They had.
Still not linked
they had
up.
Azov before, yeah.
They need to take Circassia, for the love of God.
Yeah, or Kuban from Ottomans. Isn't it time for another...
It's been time for another Ottoman war for a long time, but the Great Horde would not defend Circassia. Genoa needs to gun them down. Their truce is up in a year as well. Somebody's asking about Timmy. Timmy are strong and stable, and oh god, what's happening to Yemen?
Yemen is losing a war.
They're losing a war to like 4 province Hassa. Okay, I think it's just cleanup though. I think it just looks worse than it is. Then again, I'm looking at Hassa walking around to Muscat, over down through... oh, we blow down the walls as well. Over through Eastern Arabia. And here comes a jam roaring around. This is dangerous for Yemen. Not only that, but we've got Hunj separatists that are about to march into Soba in the lands that they conquered north of Ethiopia.
Ooh.
It's dicey times for them.
Portugal is getting the Argentinian coastline.
I mean, the lands down there are pretty good as well. They got 12 development over in De La Plata.
But they're not going east.
No, I find that strange. Who is going to take the Scottish Falklands? What is this? Yeah, who is going to go east? Who's going to secure this? Maybe even Kilwa. Since Kilwa's in Africa, they can claim Southeast Asia as trade company land, and that might even be a great idea for them. Especially if Portugal aren't going in there. They might head south, bully Portugal for the Cape, and then be the ones to take over Southeast Asia. Dare I say, it would be a good decision for them. Sardinia Piedmont took Avignon, but are failing to keep hold of Avignon. Oof. That's what happens when you take the Pope's land. So Wiz has sold out a piece of land to Sardinia Piedmont, not wanting to administrate the fake Pope over there, only the real Pope in Rome. And Naples is now fully French.
It's beautiful.
Terrifying is what it is.
Well,
full cores on it, rich land breathing down the Papal State's neck.
France now have more development than any other player. Slightly above England and Bohemia.
Yeah, 553 is a whole lot.
Benin is down to number 8 in the Great Power rank.
So who would be the one to kick Benin off the list? Who's next in line, I wonder? 446. Well, I think if Timbuktu gather up that Malian land and that Segu land, they could be in with a chance to kick out Benin.
Probably, or if Timurids get their act together.
Timurids aren't on the list only because they don't... wait, what?
They are.
They are. There are plenty up there.
Austria.
Austria appear to have lost a province to the Ottomans. Constantinople is Istanbul again. Oh, it was occupied by Ottoman separatists.
Oh.
And they didn't take care of it, and now all they have is Gallipoli. Oof.
And yes, so France just died.
What was that?
France have an alliance with Ottomans.
Oh.
This is beautiful.
Why would they do such a thing?
Because I don't think they trust the Catholic.
No. And now that he's in position with France and Naples, and he has his army stationed in Naples quite handily.
One of the armies.
Yeah, he's got a few of those. Norman separatists in England, that's beautiful. France wants those to succeed, no doubt. So maybe Austria needs to think about who their real friends are.
There's French separatists in... there's Norman and French separatists. Large armies in
That
France.
is messy.
What is happening? English pretenders.
Yeah, England's facing a new civil war here.
Yeah.
Gaelic separatists up in Perth? What is this?
Oh, we have another beautiful thing. The second most beautiful thing, third after the Sardinia Piedmont, France joining. The most beautiful color and name on the map.
Well,
between Sweden and Bohemia.
It sounds like Russia, but a little different. He's pushed the button.
And it's beautiful.
It is terrifying.
This is awesome. We still have like strong AI in Muscovy Ottomans. We have Indians' powers growing big. And in Europe, we have a strong Sweden and Prussia.
That Prussia's going to change dynamics, I think.
Yeah. We have Prussia. We have and in Africa, it's like Timbuktu and Benin are powers. And Aztecs are growing. It's like, what is going to happen in this campaign?
It's a ticking time bomb in Europe, I think. The French paradox is getting all kinds of cocky. He's saying you're jealous because he's allied with Prussia. I wonder if he'll be quite so cocky if Prussia turn on Bohemia. Because now Bohemia is taking up a lot of Lithuanian real estate that I'm sure Prussia would rather have.
Yeah, I'm looking at...
Hungary and Prussia should turn on Bohemia. Enough of this religious lark.
They are converting away the Hussites in Russia because they don't like Hussites in Prussia. They're proper Protestant.
There we go.
What religion stuff do they have? They have saints accept prayers, holy sacraments, and parish registers. It's only military stuff.
Well, for Prussia, of course. And since they're quite small and concise...
Yeah,
their militarism will be easier to keep high.
It's growing.
It's actually going up. Legitimacy and army tradition.
Because I'm looking at what are their state maintenance. Because they can. Oh yeah, they're close to the capacity. They can only have 250 governing capacity, or they start losing land because Prussian monarchy can only have a 50% penalty to everything.
Yeah, but they can pump that up in times of war. But the question is, now that we have Prussia here, which direction are they going to strike out against? Allied with Sweden, so that kind of blocks off the east. And Bohemia, who has Lithuania, so that's the east completely blocked off. Brunswick to the west. Saxony to the south. So... is it time for Lübeck to begin worrying? Is Denmark about to become Prussian? Or are they going to turn on one of their allies?
Interesting. This is...
It's good to see a strong Prussia in the multiplayer. It's something that gets a lot of people really worked up. But obviously, Grugi was in awe that they let Prussia form. But there it is now. We've had campaigns previously where people have not formed Prussia because they don't want the big target on the back. And then late game, they reach out, grab it, form it, and then they are a real pain to deal with. Johan being one of them. I have fond memories of Prussia.
I was like, Prussia has a good idea, and their military, but Aztecs when it coming infantry combat ability.
Oh yeah, Aztec ideas are pretty glorious.
Current morale, they're not bad.
Get that manpower, get that morale in. I thought they had one for reducing inflation, but I think I'm thinking of somebody else. He's taking economic. I wonder if he's doing that for inflation reduction.
Probably.
Or maybe he just wants to centralize Central America so he can get it well developed and well built and such. Because in multiplayer, it can be really handy just to have a smaller and more consolidated nation. If you're huge and unwieldy, like, say, a full-on Russia, it can be very hard to angle that power.
Yeah, but he has warrior ranks, so...
Okay, so it's internal conflict in England right now. The Pretender rebels are close to enforcing, so are the French, Tyronians, Desmonds, Tyrconnells. He's tapped on manpower. He's thousands deep in loans. It's not looking good for the English.
He has Sardinian armies helping out, killing out. But I think he's probably going to lose the French separatist heartland.
Those Sardinia Piemonts better stay south of the border, you hear?
This is not good.
Okay, there we go. Desmond's back on the map. I've got some choice words for our former Scotland player. How's he doing over there in New Providence, anyway?
He's in a player war.
He's just chilling, and yeah, he's fighting against Bohemia. I have a feeling it's a phony war. I think he's going to want to have a crisis of faith. There we go. He's decided that he won't be raiding coasts for the Holy Father. I need Offalof in here at the end to understand his thinking.
This is...
England's in a rough spot here, though. Those rebels are very close to freeing up a big chunk of Ireland, and he doesn't have the manpower to sustain it. Poor thing is that those Gaelic separatists are going to rip the Highlands away from Scotland as well.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be able to save Ireland.
Yeah, it looks like his armies are there to save Ireland, and Sardinia Piemont's here to save the Heartlands. But Norman and French lands are about to head away. And it's going to be great for France if Normandy goes independent, because they can immediately jump on that and take it. It is free land for France.
Maine may defect to France for now.
Yeah, they're occupied by the French. Same with Alençon, but the three provinces on the coastline, those are all Norman separatists.
Yeah. 36 months for independence.
14, 15, things of
Thormund is 6 months, Leinster is 9 months. It's
yeah, it's against the clock here.
Yeah.
And there's some more. Even more of them rising up. Can't keep a good Irishman down, it seems. Oh, and they've got loads of noble rebels over in Calais to add to the burn.
How did he manage to get all of this?
Yeah, internal conflict is giving them a hell of a bad time. And they can't pass through that until they have their stability up, their unrest down, and they clear out these rebel armies. So, you know, defections will get that done for them, but I'm sure he doesn't want to lose the land.
Yeah, he was looking so good.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity for Burgundy and France, actually. They could declare war on England. England can't really fight back. Sardinia Piemont's troops are in Britain, so they would have an easy time to mop them up. I don't think Portugal would bring a lot, 'cause he's busy doing other things. And Utrecht are in the New World. This is the perfect opportunity for France and Burgundy to absolutely levy what they have against England. Maybe, just maybe, they're waiting for the defections first, and then they would go for it. But I just so believe that this is France and Burgundy's time to strike and solidify the area for themselves.
Utrecht is a huge country now in...
Yeah, he's sold off his homelands, moved over, and we have New Amsterdam. Name doesn't even fit on the province there, but it's 25 development and exporting some sweet tobacco to back home.
Yeah, is Church of Utrecht. Kaiser Johan is at war. This is not even a fun war. It's like...
he's just fighting everything he can there.
And you notice that he sold off territory to Castile in the south.
They doubtlessly have some kind of agreement. I mean, looking at it, Castile gave a lot, but didn't really get much in return. So I wonder what kind of deal they have struck.
I am pretty sure that they have a promise for the future.
We've got Iceland on the map, half of it at least. That is grim stuff. Who allows borders like these to be made?
English player.
Now the English player has troubles enough as it is right now.
Ooh, what is a timer?
We're coming towards the end, and I have a special message from the studio here saying, could you switch to the live room in Discord, both of us? Let's head over to Discord Dev Clash Live. And now I'm here all alone. And I got Nurgle just laughing at me over in there, he's doing a little dance as well. Point is, we're coming towards the end here. In fact, the fact that we're paused, I think, means we are in the end. And it's banter o'clock. Bring in whoever wants to talk. Although if you do get off a loaf, all the better.
I think we already have him.
Oh my days. Right, you may have won the chat over, but you have not won me yet. What have you done?
Jake me buckle, there comes a time when every man must answer the call of the sea, whether he be Scotland or England or any other country out there.
I thought Scotland had the call of the sea when they beat the English Navy, but no, you've decided not only will you turn your back on the Isles and go over to, you know, the lesser part of the Turks Isles, you also abandoned your faith?
Jake, sometimes a pirate must acknowledge that there were issues with the Council of Constance, and perhaps some ill-begotten gains by certain bishops in the 15th century.
Okay, so you've made this pragmatic move, and all your actions are just. What can people expect from the future of New Providence?
I think the future of New Providence is bright as the Caribbean is, and brighter still as the Caribbean gets even more gold, which definitely will not be falling into our coffers through illicit means.
Okay, good to know that you can be incredibly trusted there. Can we please get anybody else? Thank you, New Providence. Your move was unorthodox, but like I said, you certainly have the popular support behind you.
All right, keep your eyes on the horizon.
I might. All right, now how are things for the French Paradox as well? I need to know what happened with those wars and how it ended up in personal union.
So here's what happened. Bohemia has a mission that gives you PUCB on Poland.
Okay.
So my plan was to wait until the last moment I could actually do it and just like jump Poland and PUCB them and Lithuania for free. The problem is I out of sync for like 2 minutes and the AI immediately picked a mission. So I had a 10 years timer, so I was trying to get ready for that. And then Lithuania declared independence. Luckily, Poland had flipped to the true faith, so I was called in the war. I could defend them, so they would stay a PU, and then I could jump Poland.
That's it. So you were defender of the faith, because I was trying desperately to figure out why you were on Poland.
Yeah, I was surprised too when I saw the pop-up and said, "Hey, what am I pulled to defend Poland?" And I think it was actually super good because then I could save them for a free PU.
So you got a very happy accident there.
Yes, exactly.
It could have all gone south, but it came together.
Yeah. It could
I mean,
have gone
that's
terribly wrong.
God smiling down upon the one true faith, I'm sure.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to tell Lithuania that they're wrong and they need to make some adjustments on their religion.
Okay.
We are running a bit later, but we have Austria.
I must hear from Austria.
So here we go.
I firmly believe that greed is good. Austria, you're a greedy man.
It's not greed.
Okay, then.
Well, we had to restore the Byzantine Empire.
There was a lot of fighting done with the Ottomans. It spanned an entire session. And I feel that Austria was perhaps the one to benefit out of this. Maybe even the only one.
No, I disagree. I mean, the Knights, they won the war with the Navy, so they got a ton of province. They got 3, including Crete, I think. And Genoa got the core back, and Hungary got a province.
Okay.
So I tried to split it as fairly as possible. I had Constantinople until the AI let it flip to the right. That never happened.
This is what a strong overlord is needed. But the way I see it, you have laid claim to Greece here. You are the overlord of the legitimate heirs of Greece.
Oh wow, okay. Oh, well, that's from Byzantium, right?
Yes.
That's not
So Byzantium has a lot of cores there. I assume that you will be fighting for those.
Yeah, and give land to allies if needed. So we'll see what happens. That's not sudden.
People, I think, are waiting to see the Byzantine resurge. What is stopping Operation Restore Byzantium?
France allied the Ottomans right at the end of the session.
And are you going to accept this challenge? Clearly, France are fighting with you for influence in the area.
I don't know. I'm more of a diplomatic guy. Like, I want to be nice to people, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, this is a diplomatic game. You got to play it whether you like it or not. But Austria, although the borders are a bit, you are in a strong position. You have good allies. So, in a nutshell, what can people expect to see from you down the line?
More crusades into the east and spreading the true faith.
The true faith. And just to clarify, the true faith in this context is?
Catholicism.
There we go. Because that's been a little unclear in what was once your empire.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's an open game. Anything can happen.
Excellent. But you're still staying true to your great allies, Hungary, Milan, and the Papal State.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, good to hear such clean answers from Austria. No wishy-washiness here. They are strong with their allies, and the Crusades will be heading east. Thank you kindly. All right, that looks to be it. That's us on time. Right. We will continue to be bringing the carnage here each week. It's a shame we don't have people physically here, but these are the times we're in. And what a fight that we've had ongoing. I'm hoping for many more to come. Will the Kaiser come back to Europe? Will he walk along loads of corpses along the way? Or will he be rejected out by these strong alliances? Also, what's to stand for England? Many questions, and we will find all the answers. But that is for the next session. And until we have it, it's a cheers from us at the Two-Man Paradox Studio, and a cheerio.